everyone! Welcome back to Let's Journal. Today we're going to talk about the 5 steps for setting your journal practice up for success. Let's go! There's nowhere to go. Let's dive in. Okay, first tip. Use pen and paper. Yes, there are apps. There's the notes section of your phone. There are different websites where you can go to journal and just type up your thoughts. That's a disservice to yourself when you're trying to establish a solid journaling practice for several reasons. First of all, distractions. All those devices come with distractions. And when it's just you and your pen and paper, you have a heightened sense of focus. And that's what you really want here. This is your time to connect with yourself, remember. So no distractions. The other thing is studies have shown that the simple hand-brain connection that happens when you're writing activates several large regions of your brain, specifically ones that are involved in language, memory, and thinking. So get yourself a journal or a notebook that inspires you, something that you like to look at and something that will invite you into your practice on a regular basis. And get yourself a nice pen. I love those inky pens. Maybe find one in your favorite color. This video is about what you can do to set yourself up for success with the practice. Also, although I love those leather-bound books and the Moleskines, personally, I always go for a spiral notebook, especially because I'm a lap journaler. And I can travel more easily with my journal this way when it folds over onto itself, as opposed to the ones that have to stay open and then kind of like stab you as you're trying to write. Step 2, set the mood. We've already talked about finding the optimal time for your journaling practice, and it's just as important to set up and create the optimal space. Choose your favorite place in your home and make sure it's one that you're not likely to be interrupted during your journaling time. You can light candles or work with lamps or use natural light. You might light your essential oils diffuser. And I tend to journal in the same area of my home every morning in order to maintain that routine and habit. 3, center yourself. Take the time before you start writing to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. I like to do my meditation before I dive into journaling. This will help you calm down your monkey mind, the one that's always racing around with a million thoughts, and allow you to get in touch with what's behind all that noisy chatter. 4, set a start and end signal. This will help you neatly begin and end each journaling session. So to start every journal entry, I put the date at the very top. This is also good for when you want to go back and reread old entries. That signals to my mind, all right, we're getting into it, we're about to start journaling. Then at the end of every journaling session, I have a sign off for myself. I do a love and my name, same as if I were signing off a letter I were sending to someone. And that helps me feel complete at the end of every journaling practice. And 5, keep it private and don't censor yourself. Keeping it private will help to free you to not have to censor yourself. Look, your journal is just for you. It's a space for you to be completely honest and give voice to things you might not want to share with anyone else. Some things you might not even want to admit to yourself. Make your journal a safe space for your innermost thoughts by keeping it private, for your eyes only. By letting your guard down with yourself like this, you might be surprised by what's then allowed to come up into your awareness. And you'll be open to really connecting with your authentic self. So don't censor, don't edit yourself, and that will help your journal become the necessary outlet for your fears and your most inspired ideas. All right, that's all I got for you. Next week, we're chatting about stream of consciousness or free writing, which is the best go-to method for journaling that you can use always. And then after that, we'll get into some more specific prompts.